Well, you don't want to miss the glitzy, glamorous, star-studded show. The 88th Annual Academy Awards is this Sunday night, and we can't talk Oscars without our pop news analyst, Penelope Jean. She's back in the studio. So great to have you back with us.
Thank you.
You've been on sabbatical for a little while, and we appreciate you coming back.
I had some surgery, yes.
Because we, you know, in the LCL office are just so excited about the Oscars, what's going on. Let's start off with the glitz and the glamour. The fashion statements are going to be made big time.
Yeah, so if we look at the Golden Globes this past year, there was a lot of
drinking,
color, that too, a lot of good after parties. Yeah. There was color blocking in the clothing and some midriffs and a lot of jewel tones. So that's those really bright colors like this. This is a jewel tone.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
So we saw a lot of that at the Golden Globes. However, the Oscars is a little bit more formal, a little bit less fun, and you'll see gold, red carpet red, some of the nude tones, sequins, all of that. Yeah,
a lot of fashion,
Shears.
a lot of Christian Dior, so many fashion names that are going to be out there.
The big question is, who are you wearing?
Yes.
So when they answer that, it's going to be some of the names. I think we're going to see Jennifer Lawrence in Dior. You said Christian Dior, and she's a spokesperson for Christian Dior, so I have a feeling she'll be wearing Dior. And
Giorgio Armani, of course, will be there as well.
And really popular with the guys, actually. So Armani is a favorite of Leonardo DiCaprio, who we're going to see a lot of, hopefully, and Mark Wahlberg. So they love that. And let's see, Chanel, Julianne Moore loves Chanel, so we'll see that. A lot of the classics, Calvin Klein, Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah.
And some of the jewelry is just way over the top, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of, a lot of time, on loan or borrowed jewelry.
Always, yeah, exactly. And it's interesting, you could actually do a study for the designers that design gowns that and jewelry that are lent out are really kind of directly related to how well they do. So those that are in line for Best Actress and Best Actor usually get the most free stuff. And the best designer clothes.
All right, let's start off with the movies. Best Picture.
All right, so these are the big ones. So just to kind of run down the list first, and then I'll give you my prediction. A lot of people are saying the same. So we have in alphabetical order, The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight. A lot of good ones in there.
And The Revenant, which is the one that you picked,
that's my favorite,
a lot of awards with the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
We're seeing a lot of true stories this year. So these are based off of a true story, and this is an interesting one. Set in 1823, a legendary frontiersman, Hugh Glass, who was attacked by a bear and then left by his sort of teammates, left for dead, and he has to find his way home. So it's raw, it's actually hard to watch at some point, but it's really well done. And Leo's performance is incredible.
So well done that it was actually filmed in the absolute dead of cold and just a horrible situation, horrible area to be filmed. It's not like filming in Hawaii. It was no fun to film.
And not only that, it's one of the few films filmed in completely natural lighting, which also makes it more difficult. They don't have that studio sort of keeping things in a bubble, and it presents more problems, but they did an amazing job, and definitely a film worth watching.
And you and I like The Big Short as well. Taking place in 2007, 8, 9.
I love The Big Short.
With the housing fall,
really interesting. So again, another true story about the housing market and the fraudulent unsecured mortgage bonds and the invention of the credit default loan. So the credit default swaps. So betting against the mortgage industry basically was something new at that time, and a lot of people were affected by, which started in 2015 through 2005 through 2008, and just a fascinating story. You know what was neat, Tom, the way that they did this, that they used popular culture, music, and images and celebrities to tell a story of something that's really complex and hard for most of us to understand. And that's what was so neat about this film, that we kind of got it at the end of it.
Actor in a leading role.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Again, this is my pick, and you know, we'll see what happens. But I think it's finally Leo's time. He's been nominated 3 other times for Oscars, and going back to What's Eating Gilbert Grape, maybe a few more times. The Aviator, Blood Diamond, Wolf of Wall Street. So this would be a total of a 5th nomination. and I'm thinking he's finally going to get it this year.
Which kind of goes into actress in a leading role, Cate Blanchett, who was in The Aviator as well.
Yes, so Cate Blanchett is one of the top picks for sure, and Brie Larson. Brie Larson won the Golden Globe, so she's a odds-on favorite right now for the movie Room. She actually spent several months indoors prior to filming to get that really sort of not only pale, but I would say vitamin D deficient sort of look of someone who's been held in captivity. So she went all in on her acting, and so her name has definitely been the lead on that.
And she's your pick for Best Actress.
She's my pick, but you know, it's hard because it's good. It's good stuff. Yeah.
Actor in a supporting role.
Okay, this is my one of my favorites. Christian Bale is my pick for this. Oh my goodness.
The Big Short. I mean, the guy is just so intense in his role.
Yeah. So again, another true story. He plays Dr. Michael Burry. He has the glass eye. He has a lot of social inadequacies, a lot of tics, and to play a role like that is something a little unusual.
Very
but
quirky. Yeah.
You know, Christian Bale can definitely do it, and I just don't know who. I mean, really, I don't know who could compare to that. I did not see Creed. So I know Sylvester Stallone did win the Golden Globe, so I can't speak to that. Did you happen to see Creed?
I didn't see that, but back to Christian Bale once again. You know how great it is to work in flops and jeans and a T-shirt and not shave for like a week for the entire filming of the
exactly.
movie.
So his character was like that in real life, and not working with a whole lot in terms of bringing in costume to hide behind. It was raw acting, and he did an amazing job.
A lot of great movies out. Actress in a supporting role as well.
Okay, my pick is Kate Winslet. And that's for Steve Jobs. This film was excellent. I'm not quite sure why it wasn't up for Best Picture. It was a really good film, but you don't even know it's Kate Winslet for the first 45 minutes of the show. So she's, you know, between the makeup and the costume and this Polish accent that she puts on to be sort of, she's the role of Steve Jobs' right-hand woman. And you just wouldn't even know it's her. So it takes a while to even figure out who that is, and the acting job was superior.
It's going to be on ABC on Sunday night.
Starting at 8:30, everybody. So that's the 88th annual.
Penelope Jean looking beautiful as always. Thank you so much for being here. Stay with us. We've got much more of Low Country Live coming up in just a moment.